Howdy, howdy, everybody.
Ah,
Hi.
ah.
I'm going to lo-fi us. There we go. We're lo-fi. Oh, well, what do we got going on here?
So I had a picture on Twitter that exploded yesterday. Did you see
Yep.
I showed you the picture of Popeye. Oh man, it has been going nuts on Twitter.
Well, that's good. That is definitely a plus.
So
That's good to hear. I saw the picture, so I like it.
I mean, it's such a wholesome, loving picture.
It really is cute, though. I like it. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm kind of trolling. I don't know. I'm having issues.
Yeah, it's been so hot. I haven't felt like drawing.
I've been just working, and it's hard because I'm working with teenagers.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So I'm kind of trying to get myself back into the thought process. Try to figure where the heck I was. I don't even know where my mouse is, much less 26 and rain is what's going on inside, apparently. Well, that's interesting. Always a plus. Just looking down here, and it says 26 degrees and rain off and on. That's weird.
I like how you're on Celsius. I'm on Fahrenheit.
Most people are on Fahrenheit.
People are talking in Celsius. Well, the thing is that lately I've been tracking Celsius because I've been talking to people who are not from America. So it's like, I'm talking about how hot it is, and I'm having to translate to a person from Australia about the heat.
Yeah. I mean, I've just given up. Majority of the random people who show up here seem to be from some other country, not us. And since there's only 3 countries that use the imperial system at all, I'm just going ahead and using Celsius. Besides, it keeps me in practice. I mean, I used it all the time when I was in Japan. And it just keeps me going. Keeps me in practice.
Well, and also, too, the major heat wave in Europe right now, just having that knowledge and going, okay, so it's over 100 degrees, almost 105 degrees. It's like, I can feel for you.
Yeah.
I can feel for you because it hit that the other day.
Well, and that's the thing. Is like, I've got a buddy who's in Britain, the UK, and she and I have been talking back and forth and just doing the, so how hot is it there? It's about 31. How hot's it there? And I'm like, it's 33. Then the next day, she said, well, we're at 35. And I'm like, we're at 37.
Yeah.
We've been doing this game of like seeing how far we can inch up on one another. And it's like, it's this horrible game of one-upmanship that's horrifying both of us.
That no one wants to be a part of.
Right? Nobody wants to be part of this.
Well, it's like, I've been taking care of the animals. And like, I have to fill up the chicken's water every other day.
Right.
Because it's just so hot. And
it's evaporating the frickin' water.
And so one of the things I've been doing is running the hose and cleaning off the jug that has the chicken's water in it. And using the hot water that comes out of the hose initially to clean it. Well, after the water gets cold, I then fill up the chicken water thing. And then after that's full, I just hose myself off. And think,
yeah, you might as well.
Clothes still on, just spraying myself down.
Yeah, sadly. It's been slightly warm in the classroom. But the AC doesn't ever shut off. It just runs all the time. And that's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, oh, wow.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Well, we're down to the pages that are just not done. I've patched together everything else. All the pages are complete, save like page 5 and page 13. Like we're now at this page 5, 13, 19. 1 panel and 27, 1 panel and 24. You know what I mean? Like, we are just almost completely done with all of this stuff. And then this last scene here.
I'm on page 7. I'm slowly working my way through.
Yeah.
It's just been a slog because it's been so hot.
Right. There's no way to cool down. We still have another month ahead of us.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah.
So, a game came out today called Stray.
Oh, yeah. That's been on the list for a while. I think my kiddo wants to play it. Because
I'm watching a streamer play it right now. And it is amazing. It is such a beautiful game.
And you're like, I am so fascinated by this. Where they're playing a cat.
Yeah.
The whole game is play a cat. Okay.
Yeah. You play a cat with a backpack on him.
Mm-hmm. Would you call that a cat pack?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hey, he's got a surfboard. Check him.
Head needs to come forward just a wee bit. It looks better. So how was your weekend?
It was fine. My sister was in town. That was kind of cool. Got to hang with her. I always enjoy hanging out with my sister. A very different kind of person than me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
She's a good person and she's kind of cool. Well, she's not kind of cool. She's pretty cool. I like hanging with her. So it was fun. Always
Oh,
a
that's
good
good.
thing. She's now off to Grand Junction to do whatever it is that she does. I don't really idea, but she's with her buddy. And they're Grand Junctioning. Which I think is really cool. So we did that and we hung out for the weekend and that was a lot of fun. And so it was really nifty and that was cool. So that was kind of a thing. That's what I did over the weekend. And then over this week, of course, I've been in classroom teaching. So that's been kind of a thing as well. That's been fun as well. And I enjoy teaching. I've got a class. It's only 6 people, 6 kids. So not a real stressy class. They're all really sweet, like very calm, you know, very attentive. I don't think I've ever had a class this attentive. Like, wow.
They watch you by everything.
Right? Like they've retained everything. They've actually like been listening. It's been kind of wild. I'm not sure how to handle it. Like, you guys are actually listening to what I'm saying? You know, you guys actually might pass the test. But yeah, and they're real sweethearts, and they're just, you know, being real nice. So kind of like, huh, well, squeeze it close.
I talked to the guy who was helping my dad build the well in the well house. I found out it's like 90% done. It just needs to have the actual well house structure built and the trenches dug, which I'm not going to do the trenches this year because I'm waiting on money from VA.
Right.
But I can definitely get the well house finished, and I can put up some temporary stuff to make it usable. So that's
Does that mean you'll
my
actually have like
option.
water?
From our well. Like, we've been using city water this entire time, which is fine. But we've had this dream of trying to get the well going. Because it's always been here, but it
Right.
hasn't been usable.
That's really kick butt, actually.
So I'm going to try to get it going.
That'd be so cool.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. That's looking more like the shell of a scene.
That's looking more like the shell of a broken man.
Right. Eat it whenever I'm the shell of a broken man.
And of course, this weekend the poster for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey came out.
Yeah, I saw that. That's super creepy. Which I guess is kind of the idea. I'm worried that my kid's going to think that's the coolest thing.
Oh, the movie?
Yep.
And then he got into horror. And nothing was right since.
Well, could be worse. I mean, I guess. I don't know. No, actually, it really couldn't be much worse. I don't know. Because not really terribly big on the horror genre. That's kind of like the suckiest genre, in my opinion. Which means that the odds are extremely good that he'll be. Because that's the way this works, you know?
As you're talking to someone who likes the horror genre.
Yep. Well, it's not that the genre is bad, it's that it's full of jump scares. I hate jump scares.
Yeah, it's not all jump scares, but that's the easiest form of horror that a lot of these people, like writers and movie makers, can do.
Sure. Well, that's what I mean.
But there's a lot of different types of styles of horror.
No, yeah. And a lot of horror I really do like as far as the genre goes. There's a lot of it out there that I like. So it's not actually I mean, I make comments, but the truth is, I actually really do like it. Some of it I do. I do not like the jump scares, but I also have I also have quite a bit of a love for the psychological. They could just do it without psychological, or with just psychological, it'd be so much better. But they seem to have a problem with that. And, it's kind of one of those. Well, okay.
And yet, like, Perfect Blue, that's all psychological.
See, that's a good one. I like that one. No issue with Perfect Blue. That's a psychological horror. And a good one.
Yeah.
A very good one.
Oh, yeah. That one is amazing. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of really good ones. Paprika is another good one.
Which one?
Paprika.
Oh.
That one dives into dreams.
For some reason, that does not surprise me in the least.
And the person is the main character is a dream diver. And it goes in, like, it's the same person that did Perfect Blue. So it has a lot of those, like,
that same really
kind
mess
of
with
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mind effing stuff.
All right. Okay, did we get tangled up here? What happened? I don't even know where the missing... Here? Where is he? I have missing screwed up vertice somewhere.
Oh no!
No, that's supposed to... Where the heck are you guys going? That's it. Man, that took a lot of effort. Dig this guy out and figure out where the heck he was going.
It's been interesting doing different things with social media and art this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm
You've been doing
getting
some
very,
fascinating things.
like, it's been fascinating for me to see just what I'm getting a reaction on.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other day with Popeye, I was having a really, really happy day, and
Mm-hmm.
I decided just to draw something wholesome. And I love how it turned out. It made
Agreed.
me feel happy inside to do something like that.
Right. I agree. And I like that piece too.
I even had the official Popeye Twitter account retweet it.
Aw. Actually, pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, Donald. Huh. Last night's show apparently aired at like 4 in the morning? I don't know what Donald's talking about. I wasn't on the show, so.
My shoe? My shoe aired?
I think he means the show.
Yeah, I aired last night, but it was only like 45 minutes.
So you could say that you erred on the side of caution.
Yes. And have you seen Emmanuel the emu?
Emmanuel the emu.
Yes.
No. Sure, it's not Emmanuel. Okay.
Emmanuel.
Maybe I have. Why does that seem familiar?
Because it's this lady who runs a farm and she's talking about the animals on her farm and the emu keeps
and he
coming
keeps
up.
getting in front of the camera.
Yeah, and biting the camera. It is hilarious.
It's Emmanuel, no, Emmanuel, stop that.
Yeah.
So apparently there's a new restaurant in town. What's the restaurant like?
Yeah, what's the restaurant?
Very good Mexican. Green chili you could eat. Nice. That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Too bad it's so far south.
Well, for you. You're like, but that's all that's important.
Yeah.
Wow. Kind of cool.
But
They're saying that they're missing a fryer, but the Frito pies and the tacos are off the chain. Sounds good to me.
yeah.
In a minute here, I'm going to have to go tell the kiddo that it's time for them to go to bed.
And because we were all that age at one point, that's laser rocketing the kid into the bed.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's 5 minutes ago.
this proportional editing mode. All right, it's just so amazing. So good. Anyway.
So they have a little bit of this and a little bit of that there, Donald?
That's kind of what I was getting. Kind of felt like I don't know, it was like it's a little of everything. Still sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
You were there to karaoke. Okay. Bye. Bye. Time for bed. Brush your teeth. All right. Private room? You mean private karaoke rooms? It's kind of cool, actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, just anything. Gotcha.
God, I know I should be working on my comic. I don't feel like it right now.
That's fine. You know what? You don't gotta. It's okay.
Well, and it also means that I need to take a break from it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Why you don't gotta? Northside Denver art. Huh? Not bad. Okay. Oh yeah, I love art of any type. All right. All righty. That's a basic chess scene, buddy. At least enough that I can work with it and draw with it. I don't need anything other than this for right now, except that I need the spacesuit, but that's okay. I can do that next. So at least allow us the ability to work on one of these guys and draw them. Just a little.
Yeah.
He's huge. You talking about our music choices here? Kind of between.
Huh?
I think he's talking about our music.
Oh. Well, it's not really our choice.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh. That's kind of wild.
What?
Just what it turned out looking like.
What's the pod supposed to be?
That's a Jacine. That's what they look like. The other race of aliens that I'm doing. Except it's got a bunch of tentacles that go straight down and then 4 stalks that are on the top for sensors of some sort. Just thinking it's kind of cool. Looks cool to me. I feel like it would just be kind of weird at that point. I feel like then you end up with the Mushu effect. I can see right through your clothes.
I can see through time.
I'm not 100% sure about telepathy. You know, now that Donald mentions it, I'm like thinking of it. I'm like, I've actually no provision for telepathy in this story. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, just that I've never really considered it. Never considered anybody having telepathy. Not 100% sure I know where I stand on telepathy. This is interesting, you know?
So the streamer I'm watching has just discovered a bug that if these little robot things that have lights that turn colors, and if they find you, it turns red and they start shooting at you.
Okay.
So she found if she jumped into a box, it would freak out the AI. It would instantly go to blue, and the AI for that particular thing
Mm-hmm.
would start to spin around in circles.
Nice.
And freak out. It's like, that's hilarious. Completely not functional, but hilarious.
It's true. There's always kind of, it is tropey. Although, one of the things I do kind of try to do is avoid the obvious tropes.
It needs to go. More like
You
that.
seen Pepper or anybody?
I have not.
I haven't either.
Last time I saw Pepper, he was talking about no longer working for the one card game.
Yeah.
And then he went radio silent. So
Yeah,
I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, I don't think he hurt himself or anything, but
No.
it does make me worry about him.
Yeah, I worry about him.
Yeah, we'll have to send a message. We still love him. That's definitely, I think, in the works. I'm not going to do it until next week when I can be on and personally harangue him. But I do think we should talk to our group and say, okay, group, the whole point of this was to kind of keep us on track. How many people here are not on track,
Yeah.
you and I have been cooking along at a pretty good clip. We're doing fine,
Yeah.
but
That's why this little break isn't anything worrying for me.
no, I'm not worried about that at all.
I mean, I've gotten a lot done, so.
Be no train running over you, Donald. Don't be a goofball. Not quite sure what going to the park to sell waters means.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Donald said he hasn't made it to the park to sell waters. I'm not sure what that means.
Okay, that turned out kind of nice.
Trying to make extra money. What waters are you selling? I mean,
the growing concern.
Right? I'm like, what kind of water are we selling?
There it is.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Right?
What's up?
Life is just difficult.
How is life difficult?
Donald's saying life is difficult. He's having problems getting gas money or food money at this moment. So I'm just agreeing.
Yeah.
I'm not there, but I'm definitely not sitting high.
It's been really rough lately.
Yeah, it hasn't been fun for anybody. I am grateful that I am working in the school and teaching. Most definitely grateful. It could be far, far, far worse. I am very cognizant of that.
work around on that. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, your bathrooms haven't worked for over a year? Damn, Donald, that is pretty rough. Are you? Oh yeah, I get it. Are you in an apartment complex, or are you actually in a home like that you own? Really? Thank you. Oh, it's a house. Gotcha. Oh, you've got the night. I totally understand this. Got a 1909 house. I absolutely follow that.
What's going on?
He has an old house from the Victorian era house.
Oh,
And so,
yeah.
so his problem is, and I understand this, right? So there's no way you're going to be able to cover that. I get that. I hear that a lot. Wish we could help you, my friend. Really wish we could help you. No.
Yeah. The only reason why we're getting a new septic system here is the guy that's putting in the neighborhood behind us and having to expand the road is going to destroy our septic system when he expands the road. So he's buying a new septic system for us.
Oh, okay. You have people who can help you get a loan. That's good. That is good.
Yeah.
I am sure also the service could help you in some way. I don't know how, but if you served, and so I think there are a lot of resources we can use for vets.
You would think.
You would think.
That's the way it should work. It doesn't, but that's the way it should work.
Right? You would think. Damn it. Yeah, we aren't stellar to our vets, are we?
Not in life, not in death.
of the above. You got clay pipes going to the road. Jeez Louise. You know what? I don't think I care enough at this point in time for that piece to move. Whether I want to move it or not, I'm not gonna. There we go. It's a Jacine spacesuit. I love mints. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, you're on 2 lots. It's actually kind of lucky. See, you can unwrap. I don't even know where you unwrapped. Look at this. Not even making any sense. Not even. I swear. Can't take you anywhere.
So there you go, more Popeye.
I like Popeye.
I do too. And actually, since Choo Choo Bear has taken over Popeye for the Sunday strips, I've taken a new interest in it. And it's like, you know, this is a really cool and fun character. And if you look at some of his stories from like the 50s, he would drive modern politics nuts.
Right.
Like I was
You're right by the. Oh, I know where you are. Yeah, you're right by the college. You're by Regis. Sorry. I'm still in a discussion with Donald.
Donald.
So, yeah, I think a lot of people from that era would freak out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a Popeye episode in which he literally was patriotic Popeye, and he was actively stopping his nephews from using fireworks, and going, "Hey, let's blow some red, white, and blue balloons instead because they're safer."
Nice.
It's like that nowadays would go over so badly. Well, Sweet Pea is not his. It's not his Oreos.
That's part of what we were just talking about earlier, right? Oh, you're talking to Donald. I got it.
Yeah, Donald.
I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm on the same page now.
Sweet Pea, the storyline with Sweet Pea is that Sweet Pea's mother left him with Popeye. No, she left him with Popeye. But the storyline was last touched back in the 30s. And so the new artist discovered the storyline and is like, you know what? I want to finish this storyline. And is going to introduce Sweet Pea's mother into Popeye. And I'm actually really excited to see what he does with that.
Yeah. I am too.
It's like Brutus and Bluto. There's actually 3 brothers. There's a 3rd brother in there too, and that is Blutus, I think. Blufo? Anyways, and that's a character that hasn't been talked about since the 50s when he was introduced. And it's just, he's going back through the new artist and he's talking about all these characters that were in Popeye at one point or another. I think he loves anything he could get for free. That is his favorite burger.
We're talking about Wimpy. God, I love Wimpy. Mostly because I'm a burger guy. Sure do love burgers.
Yeah, I went and I had Five Guys the other day. I wasn't impressed with it.
You were or were not?
And it could just be that restaurant, but it would just... They weren't very good.
Yeah, we had Bad Daddies. Ooh, that was good.
Bad Daddy's has some really, really good salads, too.
You know, I never tried their salads. Interesting.
Yeah, you get a lot of it, and it's kind of like a make your own, and they walk you through a list of ingredients to put your own salad together. It's really nice.
It is kind of nice. Was hamburger made from Wimpy? Interesting question.
Could be. I mean, Wimpy is he's a very old character to Popeye.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hamburglar came much later in McDonald's life cycle. I think he was introduced in like the 70s, if I remember correctly. And so there probably is some influences there from Wimpy.
Right.
I like how I can have this deep discussion about what is the Hamburglar?
You're geeking out? Of course you're geeking out. Why would you not geek out? Have you met us?
Hamburglar. When were you introduced? March 1971.
And almost as old as me. Or older than me. But only barely.
Apparently Grimace was a bad guy? Really?
Fascinating.
Originally, Grimace was the evil Grimace with 2 pairs of arms for which to steal milkshakes.
They just became terrifying.
I like the fact that he has anatomical features just for stealing milkshakes.
I mean,
No, he
I could see
he
that.
can't just have arms and hands. No, he has to have a pair of arms for which to steal milkshakes. Like that
Yep.
is their only function.
Not saying that I wouldn't do that if I, had the option, but, things could happen. Mistakes could be made.
So I ran into a very interesting Twitter account. And at first, I was kind of turned off by the account. Because they were like really, really bagging on the Disney movie Zootopia.
Okay.
But the reason why is they are disabled. So they were going through the environmentals of a movie like Zootopia and going, there is nothing in here that is disabled friendly. Like,
Fair.
even the sidewalks don't curve down or anything like that.
Right.
Like, it's not realistic to someone who has disabilities.
Interesting.
And it was very interesting looking at their comments. And then one of the Disney artists who worked on the background for it goes, I didn't even, I did these environmentals. I didn't even realize that I was missing them until a disabled person started going through it and going and just criticizing the movie over the fact that it didn't have these things. And it's like, and it made me more aware of how I handle backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating.
Agreed. Man. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with the idea that Ronald McDonald is one of the most terrifying clowns. Just saying.
Well, it's between him and Pennywise.
Yeah, I think Ronald McDonald's may have killed more people.
Well, they had I was watching a thing on sharks, and it said, the fear of sharks that we have nowadays really we didn't have that before Jaws came out.
Yep. In fact,
And then
Benji has been he's been a proponent of fixing it because of the fact that he feels very responsible.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's very fascinating.
He's become.
It just shows how much. And it also shows how much media affects our perceptions.
Yeah. Marvel has a wheelchair guy and a blind guy in it. It's true. I've been pondering this. This is one of those things where I have been kind of pondering and thinking it through and trying to figure it out. And whether there would be disability in my world or not. And I haven't decided yet.
Why not?
Why wouldn't there be disability?
You actually have. Yeah, why not? Particularly since you could have disability take forms in many different ways, and you could talk about how one race's disability could be very different from another race's. Take who's your crab guy?
Butterspeck. Yep.
For them, a disability could be soft shell.
Yep. But if you have complete control over genome and genome therapy, that's what I'm fighting with. They've been manipulating genes in humans for 200 years now by this story point. So, why would you?
But that kind of manipulation, what other problems have crept up because you're manipulating the genes like that?
Well, and it's part of the story of Chang. Because she manipulated to make her smaller, more childlike, but was without her permission. That's one of the things we are kind of analyzing here. Is that it was without her permission. So that's kind of one of the things.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things you could, and actually, you know what? I would keep disability in there on
Okay.
some level, and here's why. Because then you would have characters in which people could identify with. If
Right.
everybody's perfectly healthy, then someone who does have a disability would probably feel kind of alienated by your comic because they weren't included.
Well,
They'd feel like a lesser person because
but there's actually, but what I'm trying to kind of get at is not that you're not wrong at all. I'm trying to decide whether I want to confront it in a different way. That's what I'm trying to kind of get at, is like, it's not a plus. You know what I mean?
But I think of Geordie LaForge.
Mm-hmm.
He's blind. In an era where they could easily fix his eyes,
and they did later on.
They did later on, but I thought he chose to go back to the visor.
He not in the movies. By the time he got into the movies, he didn't wear those anymore. Mostly because, and I can't rightfully blame him, the actor didn't want to wear them anymore. So can't really knock him for that. It makes total sense. But that's what I'm trying to get at, is I've been pondering and thinking it through and trying to kind of ponder out what I want to do with this, how I want to handle it, what am I thinking on this one? Because I'm not trying to alienate anybody, obviously. That makes total sense. Clearly, it's not my design.
No.
But now I'm kind of like, on the same token, it might be interesting to have that, where we talk about it and where we discuss it. And nobody is really disabled in the world of Bellatrix Rising. And so it is a discussion topic of, now, well, where is your individuality? You know what I mean?
Also, you could talk about it. You could introduce it in another way too, and have that be each planet handles it differently. Like you have where Chang is from, where they are heavily manipulated to be
Everybody's
a certain
perfect.
way.
Everybody's flawless. You got it.
Yeah. But then you might have another one where they're like, no, genetic manipulation, that is a front to nature, and we're not touching that. And so they have disabled people, and they have technologies to help them if they choose, but they can choose not to. Like, you could introduce it that way.
It could be completely different, which is, so here is the ongoing problem that I run into, which is, it depends on what you want to do with life. And the question is, does your disability define you and force you to do things? Or do you choose to do things to adapt to the disability? For example, let's pretend that I'm born without a right arm, right? I couldn't really fly the kitty because it requires those 2 poles, right? Because it requires 2 of them. So the question is, would I grow another arm to be a pilot? because you could. All I need to do is just go to the doctor and they can just manipulate my genes and my right arm would come back just as good as new. Or do I hold to the fact that this is who I am, but I'm never going to be able to be a pilot? Or do I force the culture to run the kittiwake with only one paddle? These are the three kind of questions you kind of want to ask.
Or there's a third thing.
Uh-huh.
Or do you have a prosthesis?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's...
But instead of genetic manipulation, do you go with cybernetic?
Yeah, I mean, my thought
That's
here is kind of on the holographic arm. These are the things that that's where I get the kind of the questions trickle down in my head. And that's when I'm like, I wonder if I can address something like this. You know what I mean? Like something, move it in. Because I absolutely do not want to alienate. But on the same token, I have already decided there will be no overweight characters. There will be big characters, but there won't be overweight characters because we eat well. Nobody's shoving sugar down everybody's throat. I feel like personally, that's a flaw in our current culture. But you could perceive that as kind of being like fat shaming or something like that. But it's not. I actually have an actual mission. I have a point that I'm trying to make. And that is, I don't like that our society has made everything so that we overeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a societal issue, not a personal issue. And I think people take, oh, you're overweight, this is your fault. And I'm like, except that I have tried to cut sugars out of my diet, and I'm pretty much stuck drinking water. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's what I can't eat anything. Nothing you eat. I mean, everything you eat's just packed full of sugar. So if you are if you're in a culture where they no longer do that crap, then you don't end up stuck like that. In my head. So nobody's overweight in my culture unless it's a different dysfunction, which it could be. I mean, we could have somebody who's overweight and nobody thinks twice about it. Nobody talks about it. Nobody discusses it or anything like that. The person just has a problem with their metabolism going on or whatever. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to kind of get at is, if I don't put disabled people in my story, it's not because I'm shaming disabled people. The question really is, when you're confronted with, you have a disability, you can choose as a member of the society for us to repair the disability. You can choose to keep the disability if you wish. But do you have a right to ask society to bend to that disability if you have the option for free to repair the disability? You know what I mean? Like, It is absolutely acceptable for me to choose to have no right arm. It's perfectly fine. It's your choice. You have a right over your body. But then the question is, do you have a right then to say, I want you to redesign the QuaCk's control panels so that it only has a left paddle, right? Do you have that positional right? And I think that that's probably the thing I would explore and want to explore, because that does sound fascinating to me, because it is a difference between accepting yourself for who you are. Because Geordie did just that. He could have gotten cybernetic eyes, but he didn't. He chose to go with the visor because he liked kind of having a little bit of an advantage with the advisor too. You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of one of those things like, that's interesting. It's an interesting thing to think out. And now I'm thinking, fascinating concept that we have brought up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would never shame. That's definitely not on the battle plan. Did you just make? Yeah, that's what you did. Good to know. Let's do this stupidly. Because once again, for reasons that are still beyond me, the default is to not select anything and not export anything on the export. Nope, Klingons don't mind being overweight. As long as you're a good fighter, who cares?
As long as you bring honor to the Empire and
All
your
that
house.
matters.
Doesn't matter if you're a fat person or not.
Yeah, it's something I've contemplated a lot and pondered. Yeah, because this is definitely the weight thing. If there are people who are overweight, it's going to be solely because they have a cellular dysfunction of some sort, and not because they overate. And that's important to me, because that is a point I wish to make, which is I'm aggravated with our culture for not doing something about this.
No, because you make more money if you keep people just healthy enough.
Exactly. And that is not the world of the Unity. So, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you at all on that one. The Kelvins? You mean the ones that turn people into dodecahedrons? Kelvins? Are we talking about the same thing? I'm trying to figure out what we're talking about over here. The Kelvins came from the Andromeda galaxy. Are we talking about something else? Or are we talking about the movie we don't talk about? Because we don't talk about that movie. Just saying. That movie is a serious Bruno. We're almost out of time, bro.
Yep, just about.
Sure, I'm not talking about Naushkins? Yeah, because we don't know Mr. Home. We don't know his. We don't know what race he was. But I know that one of the ongoing jokes in Star Trek has always been the Naushkins. So maybe it's a Naushkin? I think the ongoing joke is always going to be about the Naushkins. Or as Picard calls them, the Nausikins.
The Nausikins.
Well, I can't see why that would be a problem, Donald. I mean, personally, I can see no issue whatsoever with that plan. I say go for it. Sounds like a wonderful, lovely plan that involves all kinds of wonderful things, including, in fact, Star Trek. A remake of Buck Rogers. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. If they ever made one of those, I'd be in. All right. Let's save one of these real quick. Well, first, let's open. Go to Politics Rising, Administration, grab you, open, grab you, copy, paste. We're huge. True.
Unfortunately, Firefly has been a little tainted by Josh Whedon and the things that have come out about him.
That's a sad one.
Yeah.
That will always be a sad thing for me. I'll always be sad about that. All right. I think ready to give this guy a little bit of a shot here. Save as. And here on this, we're going to call it JPEG. We're going to call it suit 1. Well, that's another one of those things. There are definitely going to be people who are sex workers in my universe in Bellatrix Rising. Because, frankly, if you're into that and that's your thing, do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, there's no reason not to. There's no reason to just make that a, oh, we can't do that. Yeah, you can. Sure, why not? Have a ball. Have a field day.
Well, and that's the entire thing with Chang's World, isn't it?
Yep, that was, well, to some degree, yeah. There we go. In that, he looks all cute. I feel like I need to do more with that. More with it, but not a whole lot more. That's pretty serviceable.
Looks like he's in a. It looks like he's in a shopping bag.
He is in a little shopping bag. That's exactly what he's in. Like a little shopping bag. All of his little tentacles are going to come out the bottom, though. I mean, I hand draw those in. All we need is just the beginning spots to sort of get you started in this so that you know where things are. The Reavers, yeah. Yep. That download so I can see when I did something.
Oh, come on, this is crap. So it's a horror anthology, and they're looking to pay. Okay. For short stories, they're doing $200 per story.
Per story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poetry, $40 per poetry up to 1,000 words. Okay. Comics, $25 a page. I am not happy
At the
with that.
speed that you and I do it, we could probably at least earn a profit on that.
Yeah, but that's at
That's our speed.
$25 a page compared to $200 for a piece of short fiction.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Right, the short fiction.
They're talking 10,000 words max.
Mm-hmm.
1 to 10 pages of a comic. So yeah, if you have a long comic, they'll pay you more, but still $25 a page, that's a bit of a slap in the face with how much work goes into a comic.
Yeah, not arguing. Not arguing.
Anyways, it's after midnight. After
Yeah, I was
midnight.
It's one last thing, but you know what? I really can't afford to because I gotta. There we go. Now his shopping bag looks better. Look at that shopping bag. Isn't that a beautiful shopping bag?
Yeah, there you go.
It's a beautiful shopping bag, man. Just saying. Okay. Well, we should go to bed. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, talk
I'll
to
see
you
you
later.
tomorrow night. Bye, Donald.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.